Ross Solomon! Greetings YouTube, welcome to Zero AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Kogan. We are back after an impromptu break. Sorry about that. As you will have noticed, no game last week, no midweek game, no Sunday game, which is unusual for me. Bit of an impromptu childcare situation. Not to do with my health. I know the last time I did a video I said I had a splitting headache and wondered if I had COVID. I didn't have COVID. I feel much better now. But then, as is always the way, I had some time off work, and in that time off work, something came up, and it's always child related. You can always bet on it, but all is good at the moment. We are back. We have a 4v4 game. That's enough waffle. Let's get into it. So we are on a mainland medium map. It's the Nubia biome, which we don't see that often, so we have this interesting color texture to the ground and these strange trees. It's going to be interesting. It's not your average mainland game. Let's introduce the players, starting with team 1 in the north. In the red we have Nicoteras, I hope I pronounced that right, rating of 1315 at the time of this game, and this game was a little while back. I think this might have been March, maybe early March, maybe late Feb, possibly. As I said, I've had a backlog. In the red, playing as the Carthaginians. Okay, so they're on the flank. Let's move over. In the blue, also seemingly playing as Carthaginians, am I right there? Yeah. We have, now there's another one I can't pronounce. It's not unstoppable, otherwise that would be easy. So the P and the S are, I'm going to go with unstoppable. That's the best I can do. Rating of 1308, as I said, playing Carthaginians in the blue. Not seen either of the first two players before on Newbie Rush. I don't think I've ever watched them play in the lobby, so we'll see how this Carthaginian combination gets on. Moving on, in the orange, playing as the Romans. Here's the Romans, isn't it? I've got the CC the wrong way around. It is Romans. This is Mr. Michael, who we have seen before. Mr. Michael, rating of 1507. Can't remember much about what they did before. I think, God, this is the thing. You see so many players. They were a player in a team game, and I can't remember how they did. I've got a feeling, and I don't want to diss them, that they might have lost. I'm not sure, but we shall see. Mr. Michael in the orange so far, highest rated player we've looked at. But in the purple, playing as Kershites, it's Spaghetti. Spaghetti, not spaghetti. I will accidentally call them spaghetti at least once, I'm sure. Spaghetti. Rating of, what is it, 1357. So in fact, Mr. Michael is the highest rated player on team 1. Let's see how he does on the flank. And moving over to team 2 in the cyan. Oh, we see Cav down here. So there's going to be Cav rushes. This is Italian Emperor playing as the Romans. Italian Emperor, I can't remember if we saw them in that death match I did a while back. I've definitely covered Italian Emperor before. Decent player, Italian Emperor. Right, moving along. In the yellow, playing as the Spartans, we have Simon 77, the 77th Simon. Haven't seen them play before, no rating, so a bit of an unknown quantity. Could be a Smurf account, could be somebody we know very well playing anonymously, or it could just be a complete newbie or somebody who's never done 1v1 games. Always difficult to say. We'll keep an eye on Simon 77. In the pink or fuchsia, we have Alex, who we've definitely covered before. Alex, not a bad player at all. Rating 1337. I've got a feeling they were pretty good from when I saw them. I can't remember. They may have well. Oh, I need some kind of sort of database referencing everybody's past performances, and I'd be able to check. But Alex, I've seen them play before. I covered them in the show, and I'm pretty sure they were decent. They're playing as the Ptolemies there in the pink or fuchsia. And rounding out the second team, we have, now how do you pronounce this? It's Zakios 84. In the green, playing as the Gauls. Right, I know nothing about them either, no rating, and they could or could not be a new player. They could be a Smurf account as well. So let's have a look at this map. It's a very barren map, but with pockets of trees, lots of hunt. So we got the giraffes, which is always good. Everybody's been very well behaved in this first 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Nobody's killed anyone. Who's winning in terms of population? It's Alex with a population of 46, raging ahead there. Not massively quick, but oh, and it looks like Unsufferable has just moved into the lead in terms of population. Who's got infantry? Alex has got the infantry moved back into the lead, so Alex looks like he means business today. The battles on the flanks are always going to be interesting. Over this side, we have Spaghetti facing off against the Gauls here. It's his Zakios 84. I'm not sure who I fancy on this flank. Like I said, I've not seen Spaghetti or Zakios play, so two unknown quantities. Over this side, Italian Emperor versus Nicotaris. I think it depends whether Nicotaris is a bit of an unknown quantity. At the moment, Nicotaris has the population advantage. No infantry, additional infantry, should I say, for Italian Emperor. Italian Emperor being left behind slightly, but Italian Emperor has Cav. So I think Cav are going to feature on this flank. And they're making light work of these poor giraffe just on the north of the base. I wonder if this will be a confrontational spot. I can't understand, with giraffe actually in the base, why you would not be going for Cav. Just a little bit, just to... they've got straight into farming. I would have thought prioritising wood, because it's so sparse, and maybe staking a claim to the limited wood lines and making sure that your opponent isn't going to take them from you, and then getting some cav for defensive purposes and for hunting. We're seeing people going an extraordinary length here to chop down wood. So Nicotarius perhaps not boding well here. It's phasing up already, actually. 56 population, 5 minutes 40 seconds or 38 seconds. Zakios is as well. In fact, Zakios has actually made it. Zakios, our first player to reach phase 2, puts a bit of pressure. It's a bit of pressure on his opponent. He has got some cav, he's got 5 cav, so you'll see the players who perhaps know what they're doing in terms of the hunt and prioritising it are the ones that I would say are going to have the earliest advantage. Now you see Spaghetti here is not doing that. Unsufferable's going for the team phase. Sorry, for phase 2. It's gone on 6 minutes 10, population of 58. Overall, it's Mr. Michael, who's now pop capped himself at 80. Has massively gone in for cav. You can see the difference. That's almost double, well, it is double the population of what Zakios has got. So, interesting. And that's with a lot of cav as well. So, cav... I think it's a no-brainer, to be honest. There were giraffe everywhere, lots of hunt. It's a map that prioritises hunt, isn't it? Few players now have phased up, so Unsufferable, Nicoteros and Zakios 84 have all phased up. And we're seeing some movements here of cav. It's the orange cav, they're still hunting. It's the orange cav of Mr. Michael. I think Mr. Michael is going to be a factor in this game. Now this, yeah, we've got towers going up already in phase 2. Lots of players going to phase 2 now. Mr. Michael going to phase 2. Simon going to phase 2. Italian Emperor has made it to phase 2, and I think, yeah, I said this would be quite confrontational. Are they going to take down that horse? No, they're ignoring it. It's just leaving it there. They're being very conservative. Surprised they aren't attacking each other. But they're taking the food straight from Nicoteris there. I don't think he should be letting them do that. He's sending a horse in. That horse is surely dead if it goes too close. I think there's an element of Nicoteris just letting this happen, which isn't good. And is this a raid? It's gone straight to the CC. I wonder if there is a ceasefire. There isn't a ceasefire.
Yeah, see?
That's interesting. I would have thought the CC would be shooting him to hell at this point, but it's not. Strange. It's just stood there. That's bizarre. Hasn't been hurt at all, really.
Yeah, see?
Having a very good look. Is there a ceasefire that we don't know about? They're all just running past each other. Very odd indeed. I wonder if there is a ceasefire that we can't see on the game. Let's have a look, see if we can find that out. The fact there's been no death in this whatsoever. Let's see if we can see... I think there must be a ceasefire. Oh no, he is attacking. They're almost like helping each other out at this point. He's waiting for them to kill his stuff. Let's see if we can actually see a ceasefire somewhere on this. Let's pause things up. Yeah, we did have a ceasefire. I had it covered up. That was off by default. So there's another 2 minutes of this ceasefire. Didn't realise it was a ceasefire game. So they're going for the eco side of things. Interesting. Would have been good to know that right at the beginning, but never mind. That does explain why the Red Horse was able to wander straight up to the CC. That ceasefire will be rapidly coming to an end in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Who is in a position to take advantage of this? Difficult to say at the moment. Mr. Michael has an enormous population lead over players like Zakios and Simon77. They're in trouble. I think they're going to get splattered. They haven't gone in massively for Cav. I think they've just literally been a little bit slow, if the truth be told. Spaghetti as well, population of 100, has got some infantry, but still stuck in phase 1. That ceasefire will end in a minute's time, and I'd fancy Zakios' position location-wise, although he doesn't have the numbers. On the other side, Nikitaris in phase 2, population of 95. No Cav. All his food has been stolen, and you'd have to question his approach. I don't think he's got enough fields. I think he's going to be struggling for food all the way through this. You know, he's got a stockpile of 530, but don't think he's really planned for the next phase. When the shooting starts, he's got a divide. You know, he hasn't got his food infrastructure in place. And what's going to happen? We've only got 30 seconds of the ceasefire left. Let's have a look at the upgrades, see if anybody is armed to the teeth. Nobody has gone in for military upgrades yet at all. Surely somebody must have gone in for blacksmiths. We're 10 minutes in. They've all got... Yeah, Mr. Michael and Unstoppable have both got a blacksmith. It's a curious game. So we're into the last 10 seconds of the ceasefire. The shooting is going to start any second now, and I think it's going to start here. There we go. They are now able to kill each other, and the horses run away. That source of food, he's going to... This could be the first casualty. We've already had one on the other side. So Spaghetti and Zakios are also kicking off over here. And Zakios has gone in with infantry. He is trying to capture stuff. He's trying to capture a tower. It's only a sentry tower. He's halfway there, but it is fully garrisoned. Zakios is going to start losing things trying to fight this. Spaghetti not really doing much about it, but I think they've got it. Yeah, they've got the tower, they've garrisoned it, and now it's a bit of a murder fest. 10 kills. So immediately it's started going badly for Spaghetti. We did say we didn't like the makeup of his army. Didn't have any cav, lots of idle troops. Zakios now trying to get hold of this barracks. He's not going to get it with those such few troops. It's not going to happen, is it? It's too many in there. But it does mean that Spaghetti has lost his main wood line. What has he got elsewhere? He's got a tiny wood line up there that's almost depleted. He's got to get wood from somewhere else. He's got one all the way over here. But this was his main one. This would have been the best one to exploit. And we have a battle. We have archers in the middle. Anybody got the upgrades yet? A few people have got upgrades. Looks like Alex has got an archery upgrade. And Unstoppable has got the swords, the sidearms upgrade. And the archers have been pushed right back. Spaghetti's in trouble. But he is getting kills. And the closer they get to the CC, the more of sort of the law of diminishing returns applies here. They're now being pelted. He's going to lose troops as a result of this conflict. You're not going to take over a CC just with infantry at this stage, especially when that infantry have been shot up so much. So, curious. I don't know what his plan is. Maybe it's just to make Spaghetti panic, but developments over here. A huge amount of cav for Mr. Michael. I get the feeling Mr. Michael and Insufferable are going to be forces over here. I think we're going to see Italian Emperor feature. I think we're going to see Alex. These guys, Simon 77, and these two on the flank here, Zacchaeus and Spaghetti. I think they are a side story. I think the big power resides further back and to this side. Who is winning at the moment? Mr. Michael has hit population max. He's still got 89 women, so he's got population to spare that he can euthanize. He has got 24 cav, which is the same amount as Alex has got. The only person who's got anywhere near pop max at the moment, well and truly. And Alex is going for the military upgrades massively. So as soon as Alex starts fighting, some bad stuff's going to happen. And he sent in a small contingent of cav to patrol this, but there's not much doing. Maybe they're looking for more hunt, I'm not sure. But they've also found, I know that's I saw an orange dot, thought Mr. Michael had gone for some kind of sneaky attack, but it's actually resources on the map. They come up orange on this. Anybody going in for any siege at this point? Nobody's got siege. It's mostly traders, cav, lots of infantry. Nobody appears to have gone in for any kind of siege situation. But look at this. This is Zacchaeus. He's having another go at that barracks. And they're trying to get a subtle capture there. I don't know if they will. There are still 8 archers in it. I don't think there's enough of them. What development? We must be seeing an expansion soon. We are 14 minutes and 19 in. Sooner or later, some of these bigger players are gonna start putting pressure on an opponent. At the moment, Spaghetti's probably the only one who looks massively vulnerable. Italian Emperor. There's a few players gone to phase 3 already. Actually, Mr. Michael, Unstoppable are in phase 3. Spaghetti's going to phase 3. Italian Emperor going to phase 3. And Alex almost there. And once that happens, then you're going to see some serious stuff. We're seeing quite a few of the upgrades, population ones, and we're seeing a few players. Yeah, Italian Emperor and Alex are both heavily invested in the military upgrades at the moment. Not so much for anyone else. We're hearing some deaths.
Yeah, Steve?
Yeah. So Spaghetti has not invested in this. He is going to get murdered, isn't he? He's already massively in deficit in the kill-death ratios. Lost 28, his population down to 119. Zacchaeus has the lowest population of all. And he's not really managing his eco. He's got people marching ridiculous levels here. Mining is not really invested in that either. I'm not quite sure what his game plan was. But Alex now is starting to cause issues here. But in comes Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael has decided that this flank should not fall. He has sent his cav in, and his cav are working with devastating effect. 12, 13 kills, 15 kills, 16 for the loss of 5, and so forth. So it's going up, turning the tail a bit, and it's Zacchaeus who's getting plastered a little bit here. But Alex getting loads of kills, absolutely slaughtering with lots and lots of cav. He has got 20 cav units there, and they are rampant. And Spaghetti has let this happen, if the truth be told. He has just let this happen to him. Were it not for this intervention from Mr. Michael, he would be in incredible trouble. Everybody now at phase 2, apart from Nicoteras on the other side, and Zacchaeus, who is in trouble. Population dropped down to 60 exactly, and he's got trouble with Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael now in a great position to, he could possibly capture some of these towers, but it looks like he's going back to playing a defensive role and try and get rid of this cav here that is plaguing Spaghetti. But yeah, is that all the help he's going to get from him? It would be a close fight. I don't know if he fancies it. I think he's helped Spaghetti. Spaghetti needs to sort this out himself. Population of 87. They are coming in, but they're having a bit of trouble. And still, Zacchaeus is trying to plague him from the south. So I think he knows which fight he fancies. This one, this could be a bit close. This could be a bit nasty. But this one is very winnable. What's happening on the other side? Nobody's really gone for massive expansions. We can see who's got all the military upgrades. Unstoppable and Alex. That would be quite a good clash. Italian Emperor has not gone in much for upgrades beyond halfway. But Unstoppable appears to have them all largely. Anybody going? Yeah, so a few people got the ability to make champions. Mr. Michael is making champions. Has he got much in the way of them? He's starting to make them now. So heavy infantry, they're being made. They're back here. So they will get brought to bear. So it's a strange game so far. The only action and flare points over here. Mr. Michael has captured that tower, so can he garrison it? He should really be asking Spaghetti to garrison this or they'll lose it. He's captured this one as well. Can't put anybody in it. Its loyalty might hold. It's difficult to say, but now now Zacchaeus' towers will be shooting at him. There is a siege engine coming up, so you can see what... has Mr. Michael got some infantry? He has. I'm surprised he hasn't garrisoned the towers, but probably doesn't feel he needs to. It's a strange expansion. He's managed to get a circle in the middle. There's a temple going up. This is going to be a position of strength. There is an elephant created by Spaghetti. He popped that out rather quickly. It's just one elephant, and it should be taken down. But there's an elephant on the loose in your base. It's not what you want, is it? It's. I don't think it's going to get to the CC. It's already lost about 10% of its health, and that is increasing. I think the elephant might take down the tower. Certainly leaves the tower right for cap. No, the elephant's dead. So, yeah, interesting. I think we're starting to see... I know, it's just expansion. We're seeing a fortress go up, and it's facing this fortress from... there's already siege out for Italian. Italian Emperor is just going to roll through and crush Nicotaras, I reckon. I don't think Nicotaras is in this. I don't think he's... I mean, he might have possibly got shed loads of upgrade. No, not a thing. Will to fight from Italian Emperor. As soon as any fighting starts, Italian Emperor is going to crush Nicotaras. But we're seeing an expansion in the middle. There are back and forth. There's a cavalryman about to die a very premature death. That is Simon77, who has been a non-event in this game. His one contribution was sending a cavalryman forward and it dying very quick at the hands of Unstoppable, who we haven't seen much of, but we know is on the verge of sending his forces south. He's got elephants, he's got rams. Mr. Michael is... oh, there's an elephant on the CC and there's nothing that Zacchaeus can do about it. Down to a population of 27. he is officially having his ass handed to him on a plate. Death from all sides. I think they're even going to get a catcher here. If they call the elephant off fast enough, it depends. Will they get the capture? Yeah, they did. So that was good teamwork. So Spaghetti now doing his bit. And that is now Mr. Michael CC. And Alex has a different problem. His teammate is gone. Maybe he should have defended him a little more. He did provide a little bit of support, and he did hassle Spaghetti, and you get the feeling with a bit more he could have really messed up Spaghetti, but in truth, Zacchaeus played a naive game. Looks like a new player to me. Alex not a new player, but this will be a test of his mettle, to be honest. He has now got to he's now got to survive this. On the other side, Italian Emperor has made his move. Unstoppable has come to Nicotara's rescue at the time being, and a counter is on. There is a hero elephant going for Italian Emperor. Italian Emperor has will to fight and has killed 80 people in, what was it, the 2 minutes or so that we've been talking about fighting on the other side. The rams are there. There is an elephant to defend, but that's 4 rams, 4 Roman rams. That is a hero elephant, so you can't take that one lightly, but is it gonna die? Oh no, Hannibal seems to be largely bulletproof at the moment. It's taking a few flaks now, but there goes the elephant. And what is going to stop these rams? There's 3 of them left. There's a lot of Italian Emperor left. There's not much of Nicotara's left. He has lost 100 and 308 troops. Unstoppable has got other elephants. He's got other rams. But is this distracted him? Should he have been pressing through the middle? Is he now forced into a defensive position, trying to stop Italian Emperor? This flank surely will go. The hero elephant is still being... Yep, hero elephant is dead. And this CC surely is coming down. I don't think they're going to get the capture, but they are going to take it down. So we'll have lost a CC on both sides. Here's the battle over here going. Oh, look at this. We have seen what looks tantamount to a scene from Game of Thrones here. This is pretty crazy. The body count is huge, strewn across the battlefield there. Mr. Michael, let's have a look. That CC has gone. The rams are ripping through. And Nicotara's is homeless. Alex has resigned. So that, I think, is premature. Alex is being splattered, and he decided to resign. So Mr. Michael carving through this side, facing no resistance whatsoever. He's not going to get any resistance from Simon 77, because Simon 77 clearly does not know what he's doing. So not much of a contest in the end. Over this side, we can see that Zacchaeus 84 has built a CC. It's going to be everybody versus Italian Emperor. Italian Emperor has made an inroad into this, but now he's got the strongest army, I think, facing him. Unstoppable is... well, I don't know. Unstoppable versus Italian Emperor would be a good contest. But Italian Emperor has expended himself quite heavily, destroying Nicotara's base. And he's about to have trouble in the shape of Mr. Michael coming up behind here. It's not what you want. And I think they might be on the verge of trying to get a capture of that fortress. They're just stood there at the moment. They are smashing it. It's coming down. And I think that is the end for Italian Emperor. So, what did we see? I think Alex really did not cover himself in glory by resigning that early. And I know there isn't that much left of the game. There's about 8 minutes. So is this going to be the slow decline? I mean, I'm pretty sure Team 1 have this without a doubt. It would take something absolutely superhuman from Italian Emperor now. Italian Emperor still got the kill-death ratio. He's killed 281 and is still causing trouble. Population still at 136, so he is a force. But what's going on here? is this some reinforcements being sent by Sima? There's priests and champions and all sorts. But he's doing that at the sacrifice of his own base. It's like he's taken all of his strong troops and pulled them out. Mr. Michael has now got will to fight, and this is a foregone conclusion. CC's gone, is it? No, there's another one there. Interesting base layout. It's not going to help him, like the gate arrangement. But Simon 77 is not in a good position, it has to be said. And Spaghetti now sending some forces through, and it's everyone onto Italian Emperor. It's caused Unstoppable to drop back a little, but in comes the next phase, and it's now Simon 77 who is losing troops right, left, and centre. He has next to no upgrades, so yeah, he is not going to be a force here, and it's only a matter of time until Mr. Michael presses through from this flank, and it'll be all over for Italian Emperor. Should we speed this up a little? Because it is looking very much like a foregone conclusion. So we're going to get a little bit of jitter from this. So there's another rush forward. It'll be interesting to see how this combined force of Italian Emperor and Simon 77 actually do. They appear to have given Unstoppable a bit of a spanking there. He is in deficit, the kill-death ratio. I thought he was going to press through the middle and be dominant. But when the fighting actually started, he did save Nicotarius, but at great loss. And that has come fighting Italian Emperor, who kind of, I think, knew what he was doing. He's held his flank up. Alex is the perhaps the great shame of this. Did not support a weak teammate over this side, and I don't think there was really much he could do. But before the fighting started, he threw himself on his sword. He did not get carried out on his shield. You would have to say there's not... I mean, he wouldn't have known he'd have been on the show, so I suppose maybe he just could not be arsed and thought, I know how this is going, but... Strangely enough, it looks like between Nicotarius and Unstoppable, they're making a bit of a hash of taking down Italian Emperor. Italian Emperor is actually going to probably take down this fortress. So it's going to be Mr. Michael who finishes it off. It's like, guys, do I have to do this all myself? In he comes. Spaghetti's helping now. He has been quite good with support. See, this is the difference. Spaghetti did not play a good phase 1 and 2. He left himself wide open, and he was being basically hassled and harried by a weak opponent who's also now resigned. So Zakios has resigned. So there are only Simon 77 and Italian Emperor left on team 1. Team 2, sorry. Simon 77 is technically homeless. He's got 46 troops left. Only 19 of them are infantry. He has got... No, that's it. That's all he's got. And it looks incredibly desperate. Finally, the noose is tightening. Here comes the last throw of it. Italian Emperor is gonna resign, surely. But I mean, fair play to him for absolutely fighting to the death. He has been soundly let down by his teammates here. They were not up to this task. They did not do the basics well. And the elephants come in. The rams are there. Italian Emperor still managing to hang on to a population over 120, although it's plummeting now. The end is near. These elephants have just wandered through this... oh yeah, they're taking down a market. He can't buy his way out. I think they want to go for a capture. Do they want the ignominy of capturing the... inflicting... the massive loss of dignity of losing a CC? It's ripe for capture. They're going to come in and try and fix it, I think. In comes forces by Unstoppable and Nicotarius now, and it's everybody onto Italian Emperor. Italian Emperor down to a population of 83. He has still got 600 kills. He's got to 600 kills. Mr. Michael said he would to Italian Emperor. I think that's cheeky, isn't it? That yeah, it's all over. Catapults coming in now, so Mr. Michael has made this look quite easy. The Italian Emperor would have given him a really good fight. were it not for the fact that his teammates were splattered all around him. And the end, yeah, we know when it's going to end. Let's just pop it onto fast. And yeah, they're just eradicating him. Alright, let's go super fast. Get to the end of this replay. Fair play to Italian Emperor, still trying to build a CC, even though all is lost. Still got 57 troops. And that is the end there, nearly. 777 has been murdered in entirety. And the catapults are laying down on this. And it's surely now all over for Italian Emperor. There we go. Right, okay, so technically not the best game we've seen. On the back of watching a Valorant game a couple of weeks ago, we're talking about a different standard of players. There were some good performances. Mr. Michael played it very much by the manual, I think. It's one of those where he didn't do anything massively spectacular, but he didn't do anything stupid. His opponents, on the other hand, self-destructed hugely, and it was quite clear, I reckon, around about 18 minutes, that I thought we had the prospect of Unstoppable and Italian Emperor having a good fight, or maybe Mr. Michael and Italian Emperor. Alex, I think, was the key to that. As soon as he saw Zakios fall, and Zakios didn't resign, he did try and get out, but you know, he saw what had been unleashed, and Mr. Michael was an unstoppable force by that time. Alex didn't have anything to match it, and he just said, right, sod that, I've had enough of it. And that was the end. Let's have a look at all the various scores then. So 45,878 versus 36,628. A comprehensive victory, nearly 10,000 points clear, and ahead in every metric. Absolute star player has to be Mr. Michael. He faced no resistance on that side. The one thing that I think could have possibly influenced it is Alex's performance. He only defended with a small amount of cav. Zakios was wide open, but that was Zakios' fault. He played it that way, and the thing is, he had Spaghetti in trouble. Spaghetti was in trouble. Neither of those sides, I mean, eventually Spaghetti did get some siege and was a factor, but he was very much a supporting role to Mr. Michael, who I think could have dealt with that on his own. On the other side, it was a different story. Nikitaras definitely splattered by Italian Emperor and left to his own devices. It wouldn't have done much good for him. Unstoppable sort of tried to support, but in the end did not really, was not able to strike a killer blow. He was able to stop Italian Emperor, but as soon as Simon 77 provided the little bit of support that he did, those two could not overturn these two, and it was left to the two spare players, with Zakios and Alex having resigned by that point. It was easy for Mr. Michael just to come through and surround Italian Emperor and break him down. So I would say Mr. Michael absolutely gets the plaudits for most valuable player. I do feel sorry for Italian Emperor. I think he is probably in a similar vein and at a similar level to Mr. Michael. The ratings show a slight superiority for Mr. Michael, and I think that's fair. But Italian Emperor was definitely head and shoulders above where his teammates were, and showed that. Alex, a little bit disappointed that he did not take that game by the scruff of the neck and try and control it himself. Let's have a look at the old kills and who got the most kills then. Well, clearly Team 1 did, although there was not a lot in it. Yeah, there's test me to that. So, look at that. Top killer by 2 kills. But slightly, let's have a look. Yeah, more losses, considerably more losses. So it's going to be Mr. Michael on the number of kills just. But Italian Emperor was a killing machine. But on losses, he only lost 232. So that was pretty damn good, it has to be said. And the only, I mean, look at this. Everybody on Team 1 lost more than they killed, with the exception of Mr. Michael, who, I mean, the kill death ratios will be 2.97. That more than makes up for everything else. Those were the two strong players. And when it came down to it, Mr. Michael had the luck of the draw. Maybe Italian Emperor should have struck faster. If he'd have knocked over Nicataris a lot earlier, I quite fancy that before he always had the numbers Unstoppable. I wonder if Italian Emperor would have been able to defeat Unstoppable in the field in a straight fight, having gotten through Nicatarius. Possibly, maybe he waited that little bit too long to go charging in. If we have a look at the populations and see when they started falling. So Nicatarius' population started falling there, but it was quite an even exchange. So Italian Emperor was not at his highest strength. Yeah, difficult to say. Maybe if Simon77 had a supported Italian Emperor in that initial attack, he was very much on his own. I think if they could have got their act together on that flank, they could have certainly knocked over Nicataris and Unstoppable, and maybe given Mr. Michael something to think about. And maybe Alex could have got involved as well. So that's the story of it. If Team 2 had been better, with the exception of Italian Emperor, they would have probably won. Yeah. Never mind. Let's have a look, see what else we could see. The kill death ratio, 2.97, head and shoulders above anyone else. The only person who got anywhere near that was Italian Emperor. How good would a 1v1 between those two be? That's something to think about, isn't it? Maybe I'm just throwing it out there. If either of those players are watching, make it happen. I would love to see that on a really balanced map. To see the two of those stars clash, that would be really, really good. Anyway, congratulations to Team 1, congratulations to Mr. Michael, and thanks to Unstoppable for providing that replay. Apologies from me for missing a week's worth of videos. We're back with this one. I appreciate some people like watching the top rated players, some people like watching the newer players. This is one probably for the newer players. I work my way through what I get sent, and I do try and show everybody's games. To a few people who have emailed me this week asking when their videos are coming, their videos are coming. There is a queue, there is a rotation as well. There are a few people who've had videos shown, certainly maybe this year or towards the end of last year. You are in a queue, and I'm just waiting to get through a whole load of videos by people who've never had videos on the show, and once they are shown, then we will rotate to yours. The latest on Alpha 26, I'm hearing June as the kind of muted launch date, which would probably make sense. I got a feeling it might even be later. I think Alpha, I don't know, I'm not sure. June seems to be the most likely, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's not July, maybe August. But I'm going with June at the moment as the most likely. So we got a couple of months yet. I should be able to catch up with any backlogs and show everybody's games. So do keep submitting games. Like I said, the only problem I've got at the moment is my schedule is crazy on all fronts. So trying to get these done, but I do apologise for there not being a video last week. That was a little bit beyond my control. Anyway, as I said, congratulations to all those people I've already congratulated. I won't go through them again. Thank you for watching. Please do keep submitting games. Leave your comments at the bottom if you enjoyed this game, or if you didn't, or if you totally disagree with my I've got inverted commas analysis of this game. I think that one was pretty cut and dry, and it was very clear from maybe about 18-19 minutes who was going to be on top in this game. But I quite enjoyed it, and some good performances in there, and I hope everybody has learnt something, if you're one of the newer players watching this, from the performances of Mr. Michael, and possibly from Italian Emperor as well. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. Remember, you can now download the replay files for the 0AD matches that I cover if you want to view them yourself within the game via the 0AD Newbie Rush replay archive. Links to that and a whole bunch of other great 0AD related stuff are available in the video description, including how to submit your own game replays for inclusion in a future episode. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.